Hello and welcome to the old farm countryside and a look at the bottling plant on erShaba's map. We're just starting off by picking up some pallets. We're going to need some pallets for the bottling plant, and in the very first episode of this look at new productions we started off by bringing some wood into the pallet factory and making a whole lot of pallets. So just loading it up onto the truck, and we'll get that off to the bottling plant. Then we'll take a look at the bottling plant. Basically it bottles different types of oils, so your sunflower oil, canola oil, and two new oils, well, two newish oils. So it also bottles almond oil and corn oil. So we'll have a look at the almond oil and corn oil productions in this video. It'll give you an idea of how the bottling plant operates. So first of all, it does need pallets, and that's why we are collecting the pallets that were made, and we'll just pop those up there. So we've got a whole heap of pallets, and we'll see you up at the bottling plant to offload those. It's coming up to the bottling plant now. And the pallets are loaded off at the back here. It does have a little board to show you that that's where they need to be offloaded. And this is of course where the oils go in. So you've got the corn oil, you've got the almond oil, the canola oil and the sunflower oil. So I don't know if corn oil was a factor in any of the other maps. I can't remember it in FS19. I don't know about the earlier maps. But in any event, it's just interesting. So we need a dedicated oil tanker to pick up the oil from the almond oil factory. If you remember, in the almond episode we delivered the almonds to the oil factory to get made into oil. So we've picked up the almond oil, and we're just going to drop it off here at the bottling plant. And we'll just get that all activated so that we can see the pallets and the almond oil in there. So I've just bought a load of corn. We're just taking this down to the dedicated corn oil factory. So each oil production seems to have its own oil factory dotted around the map, and this is the corn oil. And this is where we will pick up the oil once it's been produced. Now I don't think the little oil tanker that we had for the almond oil is going to cut the mustard here. So we will use this lorry to tow a bigger oil tanker, let's put it that way. And you'll see that coming up in a minute or so. So I think that took 50,000 litres of corn, and took a couple of days to produce that all into oil. We'll just collect that oil now. As I said, we'll needed a little bit of a bigger tanker. Load that up and we'll get that off to the to the bottling plant or to the bottling factory. Right, we're just arriving at the bottling factory, and once again we'll just offload this here. And I don't know if you just caught a glimpse of the almond oil ready for collection. So we'll just offload this and get this started, get this producing, and then we'll go and have a look at the almond oil bottles for distribution to retail. Right, so we just picked up a little flatbed trailer to load the almond oil bottles onto. So we've got just under 3,000 litres from the 4,000 odd litres of oil that we brought in. We'll just load this up onto the flatbed and get that into, we'll just take it down to the distribution factory or to the distribution sale point. Yeah, so pretty basic, operates as any other production really would. Just the end product a little bit different, although not all that different. Kind of looks like olive oil that you would get out of a olive oil production. Just this last one, get that on, and we'll just pop this on down to the distribution center. Right, so as you can see, relatively good price for the bottled olive oil. Pop it into the distribution center, and this is just one of those reflex actions. I keep on coming to the first offload area that I see, and it's never the right one in this case, because you've got to take it over to this one here. Just do a little bit of a U-turn so we're facing them, and we drop that off. Yeah, we got a reasonable amount of money for that. Right, the corn oil is now ready after a couple of days production. I don't think this is full production either. I think this is about just over half of the oil that we brought in produced, and it gave us a good load of corn oil. And we'll just load this up onto the flatbed, and we'll get that sold as well. Yeah, so as I said, very, very basic. Just interesting that they added this added step in. And just makes, particularly if you're just playing a production game, interesting. Good map for that, actually. There's a couple of little bumps and niggles I found on the map, particularly going into the distribution centre. You'll see there's a little bump just as you come in. There's a couple of roads where it could do with a little bit of smoothing out, but overall I haven't found too many problems. I told you there. First of all, did you see the bump? And second, went straight into that. Oh yeah, I'm such a creature of habit. In any case, we'll just drop this off, and then that's the bottling plant. Done and dusted. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Cheerio.